Hey, those of you at home, it should be an interesting video for you here in a moment. We're going to be reading an article. For those of you at home, let's see what's behind me. You're going to need iPad because I will have it activated. You're going to be signing into Socrative in just a moment and then answering stuff on there to try and help you out. The tie game was games because I wore games all week. Monday, we're going into Greek mythology story. Tuesday, we're going to talk about Camp Tecumseh. Checkpoint is going to be next Friday. 12 squares for my regular class, 16 squares for my advanced class. Those of you at home, now's you're going to get an iPad and you're going to log into Socrative. It is open for you. You can go ahead and log in. And last name, first name, you don't have to put your class period. I can figure it out. You should be fine. So if you need more time on this screen, you can pause it. If not, we're going to move on. Once you've logged in, you're going to see there's 5 questions you're going to be answering. First question says, looking at the titles of the 2 articles behind me. The first one says, 51-year-old man punches 11-year-old girl at North Carolina Mall. And the second one says, lawyer claims man who punched 11-year-old girl was defending himself. What is it you think this article is about? Yeah, I know it's about a guy who punched a girl. Why do you think man punched girl? That's one. So make sure you reply well there. And then you can go to question number 2. And on question 2 it says, give me a reason or give me a situation where you think a 51-year-old man punching an 11-year-old girl is okay. Because about half the class in a moment is going to say, yes, I support that man. He should have definitely punched that fool out. So you're going to explain to me what would happen to make that okay. Kaylee?
So next week is the last checkpoint?
No, the week after that's the last checkpoint. Good stuff. So then from there, with question 1, what is it you think this article is going to be about if you had to guess just from those 2 titles? Jackson?
A man punching an 11-year-old girl?
Yeah. That's what I said you can't do. So you're just losing points. I'm confused. So you gave the one answer I said you cannot give.
I am too.
Because again, the only answer you can't give is telling me a 51-year-old man punches out a girl. Because that's in the title.
Is it this answer?
Correct. That's
okay.
That's the answer you can't give. Nicole. So my question to Jackson is, why is he punching her out? Jackson?
Yeah, because maybe she was calling him a boomer. I'd do the same.
That'd be more of an answer. Sure. Nicole.
So a boomer was walking slowly, and an 11-year-old psycho girl got angry, so she pointed a gun at him. Arrested.
Wow. So you bought in both 11-year-old and psycho and gun. You wrapped a lot of things into that particular issue. Kaiser.
I said maybe self-defense. Maybe she was doing something to him.
What could she possibly be doing?
Harassment. I don't know.
I'm just curious if you had what is an 11-year-old girl could do that would possibly mean he'd have to defend himself. Just curious. Loki?
Being a brat. A brat?
That's what I
Just,
I do that a lot.
just general 11-year-old brattiness?
I would do the same.
All right. What, lose points for talking when you're over there? Oh. And Elena?
I think that the 11-year-old girl was walking like quickly through the store or wherever, the mall, and she accidentally bumped like really hard into the man, and the man thought she might be trying to attack him, so punched him, and so he might have aggression.
Wow. Okay. Eli?
would be trying to rob him.
I will tell you this. As we get into it, we're going to find out that no weapon is involved at all. There is no knife. There is no gun. There is no large car. There is no weapon involved into it. So, knowing that, let's look at question 2. Knowing there's no weapon involved, can you, and me telling you about half of you are going to support the man doing it, can you give me a reason or a situation where no weapon's involved, and I will guarantee half of you say you support him? Journey?
I think the man was getting jumped.
How so?
So, say that he came out the mall, right? And he had all his stuff. He just bought some new kicks, you know?
As you do.
Like, there was this 11-year-old girl, okay? She's with her friends, her group, her posse, whatever you want to call it. And they jump him because they want the shoes.
You could say that he got robbed, but like you can still get robbed and not have a weapon. So I'm saying, what if they were like attacking him and he was trying to defend himself? And
I'll take that. That's legit. You don't have to have a weapon to rob. If they saw his Air Force Ones and tried to bomb rush him, sure.
his Yeezys.
Jackson.
again, when she was calling him a boomer, I'd have done the same.
Wow, you guys really don't like being called boomers. Ethan?
Maybe there's a good situation, an excuse to punch an 11-year-old girl, or maybe this man was so excited. There's this last Pop-Tart on the shelf in the store, and then this girl was like being a brat, doing TikToks while going to the Pop-Tart. Takes his favorite box of Pop-Tarts, it was the last one, and he had to punch her to show her reality.
Wow. I mean, I have seen kids doing TikToks in aisles that would be mildly irritating. I'm not sure it's punch a child irritating, but yeah, try it out.
They did it so that I couldn't get my
That is a
Pop-Tart.
prostitute.
I would have just prostitute shot my arm through her back, grabbed
So,
her spinal cord.
There are two articles here.
Out of her.
We are starting on the side that has the man's face. That is his mugshot. Those of you at home, looks something like this. It's on my website. So I was scrolling through news feeds when this title popped up that said 51-year-old man punches 11-year-old girl at North Carolina mall. And naturally my thought was, ooh, I need to know more. Click. And I started reading it, which popped up with the information you see here. So flip to question 3 and then question 4. You're going to be answering both of those in this next part. And so I don't want you to run out of time, as those 9 kids did earlier. So make sure as you go through, you're going to answer question 3, answer question 4. 1 second. Someone smashed a raisin over here.
Muhammad.
Yes, it's like a grape, but smaller.
Shriveled up, dry grape. Okay, so that article is there.
I broke myself.
So, question 3 says, find an example of a fact and an opinion. So as we read it, you're going to find an example of a fact and an opinion, and make sure you write those down. Question 4 says, find an example of something that's surprising. You cannot put down a 51-year-old man punched an 11-year-old girl. I've already told you that. Trust me, there's other surprising things that are going to pop up in the story. So make sure you answer 3 and 4 as we go through. All right. 51-year-old man punches 11-year-old girl at North Carolina mall. Police in North Carolina arrested a 51-year-old man accused of striking a preteen girl in an incident that was apparently caught on video. According to Asheville police, David Stephen Bell of Black Mountain, that's a city in North Carolina, has been charged with assault on a child under 12 and 2 counts of assault on a female. Authorities said the alleged assaults occurred at the Asheville Mall on January 12th. Bell is accused of pushing and punching an 11-year-old girl and of assaulting 2 13-year-old girls. That's right, not 1, but 3 girls are involved. The circumstances leading up to the incident are still under investigation. The video below, which I do have and will show to you, was posted to YouTube and appears to show the alleged assault and may be upsetting to some readers. It's a bit on the violent side. A man, reportedly to be Bell, is seen in a gray pullover, seen in a crowd of young people. He is pushed and responds by pushing a girl and then striking her in the face. I found that intriguing. I liked the video, but it was not enough for me to use for class. So I kept diving, and a couple days later I got lucky. Flipped paper over, and there was a follow-up from the man's lawyer. This is what sold it for me as a thing to read in class. Because it says, lawyer claims man who punched 11-year-old girl was defending himself. And as I read through it, I was like, ooh, now we have a story. So as we continue, remember question 3, a fact and an opinion, and 4, what surprises you. David Stephen Bell, the 6'5", 250-pound man. To get an idea, 6'5". I'm about 5'11", which means he is 6 inches taller than me. So about that much taller than how I am, and I'm about 170 pounds, which means he's about 80 pounds heavier than I am. So 6 inches taller, 80 pounds bigger than me.
He's a brute.
Facing charges for punching a preteen girl at a North Carolina mall, was acting in self-defense and suffers from various medical conditions, according to his lawyer. His actions were in an effort to defend himself against the perceived threat from a large pack of youths who had trapped and surrounded him. His attorney, Andon Bijoff, told this. Banjoff, the lawyer, who did not return calls for comment from HuffPost, also said Bell, 51 years old, is being treated for a traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress disorder. A copy of the arrest report obtained by HuffPost on Thursday lists Bell as disabled in the section asking for an employer. PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder. Are you familiar with it? Yes. I believe they've been teaching it in PE or wellness, something like that. The idea they've had something bad happen to you, so then you react poorly in certain events that become key triggers for you. They're saying that he has PTSD, and this was a trigger for him. Binzoff, the lawyer, did not detail the cause of the client's alleged medical issues or say whether they will be used as a defense in court. Asheville police arrested Bell on January 12th after he allegedly pushed and punched an 11-year-old girl and assaulted two 13-year-old girls at the Asheville Mall. A video that appears to show the alleged assault went viral after it was posted online. Bell, of Black Mountain, was arrested and charged with assaulting a child under 12 and 2 counts of assault on a female. The circumstances leading up to the incident are still under investigation, police said. Binzoff told the Asheville newspaper that Bell was leaving the mall when he saw a woman being harassed by a large pack of youths. The attorney said Bell was surrounded by the youths when he escorted the woman to an exit. Things turned physical, Binzoff, the lawyer, said, when a young female shoved Bell and then another girl stepped forward in an aggressive manner. Bell pushed the youth away, which caused her to lose her balance and fall. She then got to her feet and aggressively charged in the direction of Mr. Bell. As she entered Mr. Bell's personal space, he struck her with his closed fist, meaning he punched her. Bell is white. The girl he punched is black. His actions were not motivated by any animus towards the persons in that group. Animus is going to be a fancy word, which means essentially he was not motivated by anger, hatred, or racism. They're claiming that he was only reacting to the situation and that the races involved had nothing to do with it. I'll let you make your choice when you watch the video. Mr. Bell's belief is that all persons are created equal and that we are all children of God. Bell and his family, the attorney added, are praying for those impacted by this unfortunate incident. Bell is scheduled to appear in court on February 5th. So for those of you who are able to find a fact and opinion, we're going to try and help those who struggle a bit more. So, example of fact from either of the two articles. Can you give me an example? Jasa?
He punched 3 girls, or he hit 3 girls.
Works for me. The fact that they're saying he assaulted 3 girls would qualify as it. Journey?
The incident was reported.
You say reported or recorded?
Recorded.
Is correct. The fact that we do have video of that incident, so as a fact, we do have a video of it to show what happened. Yes.
Someone actually had the time to make the video.
And, well, we're going to find out in a moment why that happened. But yes, the fact that, although it's not quite in the article, but I see what you're going with that. Go for more in the article, but I like what you're saying. Loki?
Police in North Carolina arrested a 51-year-old man.
Saying that he got arrested would definitely qualify as a fact. Can't fight that. Jackson?
That the man was 51.
And his actual age, I would agree again, qualifies as a fact. Journey?
The video went viral.
And that one's, I would say, is actually not as much of a fact. The reason I ask is how you define viral might be different than how I define viral. For me, viral would be the fact that my TikTok is seen by every kid here at our school, and every kid at our school comes to talk to me about it. I think that's viral. But other people are like, but no one outside of our school has seen it. I'm like, I don't care about those people. So then viral becomes a bit more of a subjective opinion on that one. Because you probably put that more as an opinion. I agree. Yeah. So let's go to opinion then. So aside from that one, what other opinions would you see in there? Rachel?
He was defending himself.
That's going to be a big opinion. So that's going to, when we watch the video, you're going to have to decide if you agree with that opinion. Is the man defending himself or not? Because realize, at any moment, I could say, I'm defending myself from Ethan because he aggressively raised his hand and I thought he was going to attack me. So when I go over and I punch Ethan in the face, I'm like, he aggressively raised his hand. I feared for my life. At any moment, I was afraid he was going to stab me with a pencil. And you're like, but he doesn't have a pencil. I'm like, I thought he had a pencil. A pencil! See? And that becomes opinion where it comes into it. Ethan. You'll find out in a moment also.
A girl.
Jackson.
That he was right to do what he did.
Does that say that in there?
No, it's an opinion.
No, but you have to find an opinion in the actual article. So yeah, on the opinion, you've got to be careful. Don't give me your opinion. I want an opinion from the article. By the way, when it says that she came at him, how did she come at him?
Charged at him.
That would qualify as an opinion. Saying it's an aggressively coming at him or saying that she charged at him, that could be how you sort of define the opinion bit too. So number 4, surprising thing. What is it that surprised you in either of the 2 articles? Pickles?
That he just didn't do 1 girl, he did 3.
The fact that he was charged with attacking 3, I would agree. The fact that I deliberately did not tell you that 3 girls are involved and let that be a little bit of a surprise to you. Nicole, that's not in the article. Jasa,
That he had a brain injury and PTSD.
and that's the whole surprising, which might influence how he reacts the way he does. And he claims to have PTSD. Jackson,
That this didn't happen in Florida.
good? Oh yeah, that would qualify as the thing that surprises you? Yes, I would say the same thing in the Florida man. Now, go to question 5. Question 5, when we see video, you're going to have to decide, who do you think is in the wrong? Do you side with the guy or do you side with the girl? As of now, and for those of you who are watching at home, you should be able to see it. For now, you might not know which way we're going to go, but I'm assuming after we see video, you'll be able to decide whether you think he is guilty or she is guilty. Nicole, can you hit my 2 lights for me, please?
We use sports boxing turns.
It's so dark in here.
We are going to get a chance to watch it twice. The first time, I'm going to pause it because I want to be able to explain things. And the second time, we'll watch it through so you can see it happen.
Big guy.
This guy we see here, that's Bell, the guy that's talked about in the article.
The fat guy.
And then you have the people who are around him.
He is not
Back
fat.
in
No,
the
he isn't.
Did you see him get pushed?
Yeah.
Came from the right-hand side. We saw the push. By the way, going back to our one about Casey Haynes, I said that he got lucky when he slammed the kid down. Why was he lucky? Make sure we're paying attention to large metal poles. When she came at him, did you see her hands?
Yeah, she went.
She
What?
was-
She
That is
was
mine.
like chaos.
Yes!
I had to pay for
And
Oh my god.
First I was like,
Maybe it's a puncher.
make sure you have answered question number 5, which side you are on. with that one. By the way, who was recording it?
Me.
You can probably figure out not just a bystander,
Maybe one of her friends.
one of her friends. The reason being, I suspect, why was her friend recording it? Because that was not what they thought how it was going to go. They thought it was going to be all of them harassing some man, and it was going to be some hilarious thing they could laugh at. That was not the way it went for them. So again, you've got a little less than a minute before the bell's going to ring on that one. So on that one, you're going to tell me which one do you feel is the one that should be guilty. Was it her, or do you feel it was him that was the one that should be guilty from there?
My man did the Saitama punch on that girl.
He barely moved it and just knocked her out.
Hey.
Wait, how come if I try and watch a professional fight, I have to pay like $60 for it? But I got that for free. I know why you
Video production's a little better. Those of you at home, make sure you typey, send it in, and we'll see you later.
My man, you unleashed that rock.